Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. From the New York Post, sole survivor of Kyle Rittenhouse shootings has criminal past. I don't like the idea of sole survivor, but I'll go along with it. The sole survivor of 2020 Wisconsin shootings by teenage Kyle Rittenhouse has a lengthy criminal record that includes burglary, drunk driving, and a domestic incident, domestic violence, according to a new report. Does that mean he deserved to die or get his bicep blown off? Of course not. But this is the disgusting part about the prosecution in this case, and you'll see why. Gage Rosecrans, 28, was in court just 6 days before Rittenhouse murder trial, where he was a star witness, to have a recent drunk driving charge dismissed on a technicality. Oh, boy. Now, I'm not sure in Wisconsin law. I live in upstate New York. A second DUI or DWI is a big deal. There's a video I saw. It's about 4 hours long where it shows the entire arrest of, I'll call him GG for lack of a better term, when he was pulled over, through his booking, his breathalyzer, his blood was taken, all that stuff. In miracle of miracles, it was a technicality. Dismissed on a technicality. When was the last time you heard that somebody you know with a second DUI charge was let off on a technicality? We'll look long and hard for that one, especially with a guy with this kind of past. Unbelievable. And if you remember correctly, he had a handgun in the small of his back, where he said on the stand basically that he didn't know how it got in his right hand to point at Kyle's head, but it must have fallen out. That's a pretty good trick. As you're running towards somebody, your gun falls out of the waistband, the small of your back, and flies into your right hand. Oh, okay. While your left hand is on the barrel of Rittenhouse's gun trying to take it from him. Well, anyway, let's continue. This prosecutor let this dirtbag go. I'll tell you the truth. If this guy ends up getting drunk again or high, gets behind the wheel of a car, and kills or hurts somebody, I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be the city of Kenosha property taxpayer, and just for whatever it's worth department, we'll say call him GG here, is suing the city of Kenosha for $10 million. I tell you what, this guy's got a set of werewolves on him, I'll give you that. Yet, Rosecrans' list of prior scrapes with the law was not revealed to the jury when he testified at Rittenhouse's murder trial. He attended demonstrations in Kenosha on January 25th to serve as a paramedic. Yeah, okay. Now, should a person's past be brought up to a jury? You know, I have to be fair and say no in this case because it has nothing to do with what he did. Maybe a history of violence and rioting and arson, maybe. I'm not so sure. I mean, if you're a dirtbag like this guy, does your testimony change because you're a dirtbag? What he basically did is he admitted right on the stand. Oh, there's a picture of you leaning over Mr. Rittenhouse. Well, I wasn't leaning over. So the defense showed the video, him leaning over. Oh, yeah, that's me leaning over. Okay. Here's a picture of you with a handgun in your right hand. Well, I didn't have a handgun. He clicks on the picture. Is that you with a handgun in your right hand? Yeah. Okay, I guess it was, he says. So he already lied twice. And then the third time, the defense lawyer says to him, is that you pointing the handgun at Mr. Rittenhouse's head? less than 2 feet away. He says, oh, no, I didn't do that. So they click on the big picture on the big screen TV, and GG says, well, yeah, I guess that was me. So he lied 3 times session. Of course, he won't be charged with perjury. And he won't be charged with DUI either. Unbelievable. But records revealed by the Mail show Rosecrans has a criminal record dating back more than 10 years. On August 16th, 2020, just days before the Rittenhouse shooting, he was arrested by cops in West Allis for allegedly prowling when he was nabbed videotaping police vehicles in a police department parking lot around 1 a.m. This guy's an Antifa anarchist. Oh, I know. There's no membership card in Antifa. And this guy's a moron. I mean, just a loser in general. Means he deserved to get his bicep blown off or die? No, but he's a crappy witness. And in fact, why isn't he charged with the illegal possession of the handgun? Which, by the way, he said he had a permit, but the permit was revoked. Gage appeared to be videotaping personal vehicles in the rear police parking lot, according to police report obtained by the Mail. Gage made clear this anti-law enforcement views. Yeah, he hated police. Get rid of police. Anarchy. Gage was arrested for prowling, booked, cited, and released. Now, do you think for a minute that local police in that area are real happy about the fact that this moron is taping their personal vehicles, probably to get license plates, so they can find out where they live and they can go after officers? Whatever reason would he have? Amazing to me. Look at this idiot. I mean, just look at this clown. On May 9th, 2015, Rosecrans was stopped by police in Greenfield, about 40 miles from Kenosha, after cops reported he had bloodshot and glassy eyes, with the officers recovering a 9mm Glock 19 handgun from his vehicle. Great. He's probably drunk and high with a handgun. Nice. In 2013, he was charged with smashing the bedroom window of an ex-girlfriend's home at 4 o'clock in the morning, with a woman claiming he had been harassing her on the phone. Well, that's really hard to believe. One year earlier, was hit with a felony burglary charge in New Berlin when cops said he was caught trying to sell 3 stolen PlayStation consoles. In 2010, Rosecrans was arrested and charged with hitting his grandmother in the face during a dispute, during which he threw a lamp and damaged the wall. This guy hit his grandmother. Now, my mother's mother was a tough old bird, and we used to get to it once in a while verbally, maybe an argument, but you don't hit your grandmother, okay? You piece of crap. Here's a picture of him here. It says his bicep was blown off. Doesn't look blown off to me, but was severely injured when he was shot in the arm. I'm sure he was severely injured. The then 17-year-old swung a lamp into a living room wall, damaging the lamp on the wall, and struck her across the face with an open hand. A report in that case said, well, gosh, there's an Eagle Scout for you. Police said he was charged with disorderly conduct and criminal damage. In addition, he has prior juvenile arrests that are sealed. Yeah, I'd love to know what the hell's it knows. Rittenhouse, who's now 18, he was 17 during the time of the incident, the supposed incident, is on trial for murder and other charges for wounding Rosecrans and killing 2 other protesters in Kenosha during violent demonstrations stemming from Jacob Blake's police shooting. The teen has claimed self-defense. Of course, Rosencrantz, G.G. Rosencrantz was another person that was shot by Kyle Rittenhouse. And he has claimed self-defense, and he made his case. I mean, there's a video everywhere. He's got a paramedic hat on. He could care less about people. Where's his little paramedic bag? Where is it? Kyle had one on. Kyle Rosencrantz. It's amazing to me. Just amazing. What I don't like is the fact that this guy was taking pictures of police personal vehicles. Only one reason. I mean, there's only one reason you would need that. is to go after them where they live. And then on top of that, a DUI, a second DUI was let off on a technicality so we can go on the stand as a prosecution witness and say, yes, I put a gun, finally, when he was pinned down after he lied several times and never charged with perjury, finally admitted, yes, that's me pointing a handgun right at Kyle Rittenhouse's head. And there's 2 days now. This is the second full day the jury's been deliberating. That's not a good sign the longer it takes. My gut tells me this. Out of the 12 jurors, there's probably 9 or 10 that are voting for acquittal. And 1 or 2 leftist activists snuck their way on to the jury without telling what they think or believe and want to convict. That's my gut. Now, here's the thing. Even after the jury gives a verdict or they say that they're deadlocked, the lawyers, the defense lawyers, and even the prosecution can ask them questions and poll them. How many voted guilty? How many voted not guilty? What were your thoughts during the trial? What convinced you that he was not guilty? What convinced you that you thought he was guilty? They can ask those things. They really can. And it's going to be fascinating to find out. Now, what happens to Mr. GG here? I don't know, Gage, I guess his name is. Well, with his past history, it won't be long before he's either in jail again, seriously injured, or deceased. They're just cult-like lunatics that think they can do anything they want to, whenever they want to. And I'll tell you the truth. Why do they get that attitude? Because local prosecutors allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. He should be in jail just on the handgun charge. But he never got a handgun charge. Interesting. So he was waived of all those things, and then he turns around and sues Kenosha for $10 million. He walks away from all those charges, including the DUI and the handgun charge. And then he tells the truth on the stand, of course, was exactly what the prosecution didn't want. And he walks away scot-free. His lawyer, I'm sure, took the lawsuit on spec, which means no money up front. They get usually a third of the judgment. Unbelievable. And it was his best interest to make Rittenhouse look bad so he could win $10 million. This whole thing is so screwed up. I feel bad for this kid. Should he have probably been there that night, Rittenhouse? No, that's not the point. This isn't really about Rittenhouse. This is about progressive leftist prosecutors and DAs and mayors and governors and even a president. Assault on the rights of the average American. Make no mistake. Kyle, this happens to be in the middle of it because of the incident. They are after our constitutional rights. This case is much bigger than just Kyle and the 2 deceased people and the guy that was shot. This is about something a lot bigger and a lot more permanent in our society. I don't know what's going to happen, frankly. In fact, the judge is PO'd. He chewed out the prosecutor several times. And then today in court, he says how the media is going after him in lies. That he might not have a live, next trial he has, he might not have live cameras in the courtroom. It's unbelievable. Jury intimidation, intimidating the judge with death threats, photographs of jurors. There's reports that people have pulled out cell phones in the courtroom, have been caught. There's people have taken pictures of the jurors that get on buses. And, of course, the police made them delete it. That's jury intimidation. They should be arrested. It goes against everything we believe in our criminal justice system. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This guy just a pain in my butt. He's just a thorn in my, like a pebble in your shoe, this Gage guy. And they walk away. It's unfair. I may have gone too long in this video, but I thought this was important to talk about. And we'll see. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.